Toys in game, combo collector and vessel. How much did Amazing Fantasy 15, CGC 2.5, and CGC 3.0 sold for? Welcome to the top 10 high CGC comic book sold on eBay for the week of October 12th to October 18th. Coming number 10, we have Incredible Hulk issue 1, created by Stan Lee. This is a green label. It's a qualified gray, off-white pages, CGC 3.5. Asking price was $8,900, but it's actually sold for $8,010. So let's take a look at this book right here. Seems like the asking price $14,000 right there, though. Maybe that's when it was at this peak of COVID or something, maybe. Okay, so you can see coupon missing from page 14, I believe it is. I can't really tell, but yeah. CGC qualified gray is a green label right here. Coming number 9, Incredible Hulk issue 1, CZ 3.5. This book came in 1962. This is a restore label. This one has a purple label right there. The other one I mentioned earlier was a green label. Asking price was $8,900, but that's sold for $8,455. So let's go over the Heritage. Over the Heritage, we have a 3.5 right here, purple label, and this book sold as high as some down 200. So that's an increase of $1,255. This is back in November 2018. Let's do one right here, then the purple label right here, and this one sold for $3,093.42 back in October 2014, 11 years ago. Coming number 8, Detective Comics issue 140. This one came in 1948. Grade CZ 4.5. Origin first appearance of the Riddler. The asking price was $11,999, but that just sold for $10,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Okay, Heritage, we have 4.5 right here. And this book sold as high as $11,400. So that's a decrease of $1,400. This is back in April 2023. And then the swing one over. We one sold for $9,900 back in September 2023. And then let's do one more here. And then we one sold for $8,100 back in September of 2024. Coming number 7, X-Men issue 1, CZ 5.5. This one is obviously the first appearance of the X-Men team. We have Angel, Beast, Marvel Girl, Jean Grey, and then Cyclops and Iceman, and then also first appearance of the Magneto and Professor X. So anyway, so this one sold for $10,999 with 33 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here. And this book sold as high $26,400. So that's a decrease of $16,301. This is back in September 2021. And then let's swing one over. And then 5.5 right here. This one sold for $25,200 back in August 2021. And then let's swing one over. And we have one for 5.5 right here. So for $19,200 back in September 2022. Coming number 6, Incredible Hulk issue 181. This one came in 1974 by Marvel Comics. Grade CZ 9.4. First appearance of Wolverine with white pages. And the asking and sold price was $10,499. Let's go over to GPA. Over GPA 9.4 right here. Let's go across. Okay, this is the 2023 average, 2024 average, 12-month average, 90 average, and this was the one that was just sold on eBay. So let's go down here. And then the highest this one sold was $22,800. So that's a drop of $12,301. And let's go over here. And in 2025, 14 was reported. High being 10,800 and low of 8,322. And average price is 9,660. And the one that was sold, actually there were two of them. back in 2022 and 2021, 22,800 and 22,800 right there. Come number 5, showcase for Unrestored Origin first appearance Silver Age Flash. This one came in 1956. CGC as a 3.0. Final auction price was 10,600 with 58 bids. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 3.0 right here. And then this book sold as high 13,800. So that's a drop of 3,200. This is back in May of 2024. Let's swing one over. We have the 3.0 right here. And this one sold for $11,950 back in November 2017. And then let's do one more here. And then we one sold for 10,500. This is back in December 2020. That's pretty much what the eBay's price was, which was 10,600. And this was back in December 2020 right here. So it's basically going back to, well, actually, this is during COVID, though. I mean, COVID hit us around like early spring 2020. Coming number 4, Wonder World Comics issue 7, CZ 3.0, white pages, classic cover, very hard to find. Asking price was $15,000, but that's sold for $13,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over to Heritage, we have a 3.0 right here, and then this one sold as high as $12,000. So that's an increase of $1,500. This is back in April of 2023. And then let's do another one here, and then 3.0 right here. And then this one sold for $10,200 back in April of 2021. Coming number 3, Crabbox issue 1, CZ 3.0, Force Hawk with off-white and white pages. Sold price $14,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 3.0 right here. This book sold as high as $26,400. So that's a drop of $11,900. This is back in October 2021. And then we have one 3.0 right here. And this book sold for $25,800 back in August of 2022. And then we have another one sold for $24,722.40 back in July 2022. So the peak time was probably like maybe 2022, 2021 of these books. Coming number 2, Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance in original Amazing Spider-Man, grade CC 3.0. Asking price was a little less than $25,000. It actually sold for $23,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 3.0 right here. And this book sold as high as $48,000. So that's a decrease of $24,500. This was back in February 2022. And then we have one sold for $48,000 back in April of 2022. And then we do one more. And then we have another 3.0 right here. And sold for $43,600 back in September 2021. Coming on number 1 for this week, Amazing Fantasy 15, CZ 2.5, first appearance of Spider-Man, Jack Kirby cover, and sold for $25,299. So for this week, 3.0 sold for $23,500, and 2.5 sold for $25,299. It all depends on who's looking, who's buying that week though. So 2.5 sold for more than a 3.0. But anyway, let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have for 2.5 right here. And then this book sold as high $38,400. So that's a drop of $13,101. This is back in November of 2021. And then let's check that one right here. 2.5 right here. One sold for $37,200 back in November 2021. And then we have another one sold for 2.5, sold for $37,200 back in July 2022. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.